Winter days can be a bit gloomier than usual, so if you feel like you need an extra push to kick off 2026 with passion, we have someone who can guide you. I welcome back Jess Murrah, owner of Savvy Skills Coaching. Thank you so much for being with us again.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We need all the motivation we can get. I always say that
Definitely.
year round, whether it's the start of a new year or we're in the
sure.
middle of it, right? Why does winter tend to affect our mood and motivation so much?
So first I want to say, this is not, if you're feeling down, it's not a personal failure. This is biological, right? We have less sunlight, which decreases those feel-good brain chemicals that impact our mood and our motivation. We're inside more, so we're not moving as much. And movement creates energy and helps you feel better as well. And then because we're inside more, our routines become more repetitive. And that just leaves us bored and unmotivated. So it's not personal, it's biological.
That's a good thing to self-reflect on, perhaps, because maybe we're like, why do I feel this way? And then you kind of beat yourself up about it, and then it turns into a more negative effect, I would say.
Yeah, because you're not accomplishing your goals, you're not accomplishing those things because you just don't feel it.
Yep.
But it's all because of that lack of sunlight and being inside more.
Well, Paul says it's going to be beautiful today, so you better soak in all that vitamin D. What are a few easy dopamine boosts to help us when we're feeling low?
Well, you mentioned getting outside more, right? That's the first thing. If you have that opportunity, take the time for movement. And even if the weather's not good, get up, stretch, dance around your living room. But that movement creates energy and that dopamine hit. Also, create small challenges for yourself. Dopamine responds to progress, right? So challenge yourself, even if it's just making your bed each day, getting on a vibration plate, doing the dishes that are sitting in the sink, something you can check off your list as a win at the end of the day. And then choose something intentional that brings you joy, like listening to music, reading a book, doing a hobby, instead of sitting there and just scrolling on your phone. That's gonna make you feel even less motivated. So choose joy over that technology.
Amen. I love that. A round of applause for that. I need to remember that myself, actually, when I am doom scrolling.
Yeah.
Also, we don't realize how much we have in our homes. Our family, we do have the ability to watch movies, play games together, do all those things that can kind of unify us a little more during this time of year as well.
Well, and scheduling something you can look forward to. You mentioned, playing games, watching a movie with your family, going out for coffee with a friend. That anticipation boosts that dopamine as well. So get something on the calendar that you can look forward to. It'll really help.
And I think this kind of is a good thing to know as well when we talk about this next topic, because some people may be super unmotivated. Let's just say it. Maybe they're depressed, they're grieving. What is the best place? Where is the best place to start with that type of scenario?
So start small. Start with something that feels doable, because when you start taking action, that's going to fuel your motivation, not the other way around. You're just not going to get motivated by sitting there.
Sure.
So by taking action, you fuel your motivation, you get that feel-good chemical, and you start building that momentum towards something bigger. So make sure that you're setting your sights on something that you can accomplish. That'll help you feel less overwhelmed. Moving also is going to help you feel more motivated, right? It's going to give you that extra energy you're seeking. And, if you're feeling unmotivated, remember, you're not alone, and this might be a good time to look for some extra support. Seeking out a coach this time of year can, help you be accountable to the things you want to achieve, give you some structure, and provide somebody who's going to walk through the journey with you. It's also a great way to help set some goals for the future and roll into the new year on the right foot.
Big time, a safety net and someone who can provide accountability. That is so important.
It's
and someone you
huge.
can trust that isn't really your family, because sometimes you don't want to tell your family all this stuff, right?
Yes.
So, Jess, you could be the one.
I am that person.
Listen to all our problems, but not really. Help us more be the best selves of ourselves that we can be.
I would love to do that.
That's wonderful. You're offering 20% off a 4-session coaching package.
Yes, ma'am. So if you're looking for that extra support moving into the new year, please feel free to reach out. I am offering that 20% off to your viewers.
Well, thank you for being here. I'm ready for 2026 thanks to a lot of things you said today.
Wonderful. Thank you for having me as always.
Absolutely. But keep it on Great Day SA, because coming up we have an option for parents whose kids are more inclined to STEM programs. More on Harmony School of Science after this.